Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tales from the Gemini. It's a band out of El Paso, Texas called Feline Fox. A song called The Walk. Oh, you like that? I love that. That's independent music right there. I love that vibe, man. That's like garage band kind of vibe. But turn it up a little more, man. A little more. So the people can... Ooh! I love that. Listen to that guitar. I think they're a two-band group. All right, thanks, Malik. Hey, Tales from the Gemini with BT. That was, like I said, Feline Fox out of El Paso, Texas. I had a buddy I work with named Anthony. Man, he's going to kill me. I'm going to get his name right. He's going to kill me. I know his name. And I got to look it up because I want to get it right. I'm going to say Anthony Brown, but that's a comic. I'm going to get his name right because I want to get his name right. Oh, he's going to kill me for saying this. But make sure I get it. Yeah. Because I work with I get his real name. Yeah, you know how black people are. Like I said, Anthony Austin Brown. Anthony Austin Brown, work with him. It was a great week in El Paso. That was 2 weeks ago. Matter of fact, the guest I have on today, Brandon Paasch, I was supposed to meet Brandon, but I've worked 4 times in 2020. 4 times. This is the 4th time. I had to go out and make some money. Had to go to Texas. Brandon was here racing, and I met this new comic named Anthony Austin Brown. Funny guy. Great. We hit it off great. I worked with him, my buddy Richard Reese out of Omaha, Nebraska. We had a great time. So I followed Anthony Austin Brown on his Instagram, and he posted this video, and man, it was perfect to the song. I mean, it was shot beautifully. And at the end, you see Anthony Austin Brown doing like a little dance, kind of like a Michael Jackson kind of thing. And I think he I mean, it was beautiful, and it was in slow motion. It was just, if you guys get a chance, follow Anthony Austin Brown, follow Feline Fox. It's a song called The Walk. So, yeah, if you guys get a chance. Anyway, all right, I'm going to have my guest come up. I'm telling him right now we're going to send the link. No, just click the link. It's Brandon Paasch. And the first time, man, I'm just going to wait till he gets here and before I call people out. Okay, here we go. Now. I'm telling him to click the link now. So you sent it already, right? Okay. And we're recording, right? Yes, ma'am. Oh, look at this. Listen to this motherfucker. Here we go.
Yo.
What's going on, brother? Where are you at, in the van?
Yeah, I'm in the van on the track.
Are you sleeping there? Because I know how you ain't got no money you ain't got no money to get a hotel. Are you sleeping there?
No, I'm bumming a room off of if you know Blake Davis. They're letting me stay at their house for tonight.
Are you in the New Jersey Sports Park?
No, we're down here in Virginia at VIR.
Nice, man. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for coming on, man. I really appreciate it. Because first time, people who don't know, we had a great chat the first time. I mean, it was lit. It really was. And then I was halfway home, and I get this text that goes, "Hey, man, it didn't record," and my heart just sank. I want you to know that person, I end up, they're not on this earth anymore. They disappeared. Yeah, no, wasn't fired. Their body is gone. They're missing. They're missing. It's out to sea.
That's good. That's what they deserve. I'm just kidding.
No, man, no. You know what? Accidents happen, but I was great because we tried to get it done again. We couldn't because you were busy doing your thuggy thizzle. And then you hit me up last week. You go, "Hey, let's run it back." I go, "Oh, shit." And the gangster you are, I said, "Bet." And I be damned, I had this opened up, and I said, "Fuck it, let's do it, bro." So thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I didn't forget.
Dude, I thought that was nice of you. I mean, you could have easily said, I'm done. You should have been a professional and recorded, but you said, you know what? Let's run it back. So I appreciate you coming on, man. I appreciate that. And then you came to Indy to race, and I'd be damned, I had to go and work in Texas, so I missed you. I apologize, I missed you. But here's the thing about it. You end up finishing 3rd in Moto America in the Super Sport Championship. Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you.
I mean it from the bottom of my heart, man. I knew, no offense to you, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but I think it was the bike that, you pretty much did what you could with that bike. Other than...
Yeah, we were struggling a lot all year, just getting the bike to work, and
getting that consistency of having like the same crew every weekend, and just a lot of stuff behind the scenes was going on this year that kind of didn't really help me. That's part of our job though, face the adversity and keep trying to move forward. But there's definitely some things that could assist in us moving forward. But
well, talk to me about that in a sense of, that's what I'm talking about, man, is that you had, like you said, I mean, the little things, it's like I didn't have the same crew all the time. So when things are, quote unquote, fucked up in the background, and you still got to keep that mental to race, how do you compartmentalize that?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, for a little while there, it was getting hard where I didn't even want to show up anymore.
Really?
Like, I'm showing up and it's different. No crew chief, or we got this guy as your crew chief this weekend, or we don't have a crew chief, and show up and they either like, we're missing something, or we don't have spare parts, or the bike's not right, or there's just always like little things going on that I'm like, hey, like that's kind of why at the last round of the year, I decided to step away and go do my own thing for the last race.
I was going to ask you about that. What you went to Honus Kawasaki, right? And I was what happened there?
Well, Indianapolis, I crashed in qualifying, and it was my second crash of the whole season. So I was like, okay, like that's not good, but we'll get the bike fixed and we'll go back out. And they didn't have any spare parts for the bike, so we were buying parts from other teams to get my bike together. Mm-hmm. And I've crashed twice all year. So in my head, I was just like, you know what? Like, obviously my interests and their interests aren't the same, and like we don't have the same feelings for what I'm trying to achieve. So I just wasn't going to race Laguna at all, because I had already locked up third in points. So I was kind of over it, just done. Like, let's reset for next year. And Humberto Baca and Chuck Graves called me up, and they were like, hey, we have another bike. Do you want to race? And of course I said yes.
And it weighed up, because I think the first race you got second, didn't you?
Yeah, in the first race I finished second. It was like steady progress all weekend. And then as soon as we went into race mode, I just like threw everything I just learned out the window and just went. And that kind of backfired for me a little bit, but it was good. It was a really good learning experience.
How did it backfire?
Like the Cowie, the way you ride it, you're full on the brakes until you open the gas. Or the Yamaha, you can like brake and carry a lot of mid corner speed and like roll through the corners. The Cowie, you can't do that. The front chatters and you'll tuck the front. So I started like letting go of the brakes too soon, or not braking in the right spot to where I would have to hold the brake all the way. If that makes sense. Like I was just like change my style back to what I'm used to. So like, it's hard to keep yourself like outside of your comfort zone during the race. Like I get comfortable with what I know and what I do. And I go back to that every time. So.
Well, you still did the damn thing. That's why I was watching. I was like, what the hell did he do? And the great thing about racing, or how you guys have to be a professional, which you were, you're like, hey, thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. I'm going to go to these guys. And I go, okay, something happened there. I didn't get a chance to ask. I go, something happened there.
Yeah. I never really put anything up about it, because I don't want to like talk bad on anybody, right, or like put somebody's program down or anything like that. But end of the day, like the rider has to do what's best for them, and the team has to do what's best for them. So we both decided like it's better, hey, let's just end it here and go different directions. So, but
did you feel you got a little bit did you feel they didn't hold up their end of the bargain, so to speak, in a way?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I mean, from the very first round, I felt that way, to be honest with you. I was kept my mouth quiet a lot this year. Well, the first race I got disqualified because the bike's underweight. Like that shouldn't happen. One, when you're paying to do a job, like we bring money to the team, that should never happen. Which I know mistakes happen and stuff. That's why nobody said anything about it, because we were just like, well, it's first race, new team, new bike, new everything, whatever. And then it's just little things like that keep happening. You're like, man, you can't keep putting up with it. You kind of gotta like put your foot down in a way, and like do what's right for you at the end of the day.
So who did you have to vent to? I mean, because when things aren't going right in a situation like that, you're out there risking your life, literally. When I saw what happened to you at the Ridge, man, I was like, oh, shit, when that crash, and that track you never should have raced on that track, but that's neither here nor there. And so you're out there risking your life, and then they're not doing their part in the background. So who do you have to talk to?
Yeah, That's a great question. Honestly, a lot of the times I would be like texting home to like family and some really close friends, just saying like, hey, this is what's going on. And I don't know, like just taking their advice with a grain of salt because they're also not there, so they can't tell you what to do.
Right.
But really, it's just me like in my head all year, like throwing questions back and forth between myself, and then you go down this whole rabbit hole of like maybe I'm not good enough, and like you just start doubting yourself more than anything, you know. So I got in like a bit of a funk for a while this year, just like kind of not in the right headspace and just not really able to do my job, I feel like. But then like I would have times like New Jersey when it's my home race, all my friends are there.
Yeah.
You just say like, F it. And you kind of have to just do your very best.
Well, you did. You did. You know what? And I think maybe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but being in that funk before and then going to your home track, it had to help you so much to get you through maybe the next two races.
Yeah, honestly, like once I showed up on my home track, and from the very first session, I was at, like faster than pretty much it. I mean, I was a 10th off, and I only did 4 laps in qualifying. Like right away from the start, we were on pace, and I was like, okay, this is going to be a good weekend for me, good weekend for the team.
Yeah. And
maybe get everybody's mojo back. And for me, it worked. Like I had 2 really good races, almost won the race, and I was at the front. And for me, that was good coming from where we come from the week before. Like, all right, this is progress. We're going the right way. And then the next race, I just right back to the same shit. But that's how racing goes.
That is how racing goes. But man, I was so pulling for you because I mean, and it's great because I talked to SDK, which I love. I love that you guys, and this is getting off the subject a little bit. But what I think is, and what Moto America is missing is, there's 3 people in there, and this is no disrespect to Superbikes, no disrespect to any other riders. There is a talented field, but if I was Moto America, I would back a Brinks truck up to your house, up to Sean Dillon Kelly's house, and up to Rocco Lander's house, because you guys are a gold mine. I mean, you really are. You're the gold mine, and you guys are the face of Moto America, and that's just being. And I'm being serious because what you guys have is, I see you and Dylan Kelly go at each other on Instagram. It's all good fun. When he was in Hawaii with his girl, and here you are doing on the supermoto bike, doing whatever, laying it down and doing whatever, and you guys go back, and I go, this is perfect. And you guys are fresh-faced. You're so American. You're apple pie. I mean, I don't see why Moto America doesn't see this. And Rocco Landers has got talent out the wazoo, and you guys are the face of the franchise, man. You're basically like the Tom Brady and the other Tom Brady and the itty-bitty Tom Brady, all rolled into one. I don't know why Moto America doesn't do this.
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect to like any other riders, but I think I'm the one bringing the show. I'm the one bringing the spectators. I'm the one like showing up and doing my job and entertaining the people. And like, I think that really proved it at New Jersey when I show up and there's like the parking lot's full. And that's the only race all year that's been packed, and it's my home race conveniently. And we spent the whole week doing promo for it. And we laid our foot down and let everybody know like, hey, this is my weekend. This is all my spectators. We kind of put the show on together between me and a couple people at Moto America. And if we're all smart and we keep moving forward, we're going to keep expanding this show. If not, hey, I mean, the numbers are going to show.
But that's just what I said, though. I mean, they have to look at I'm looking at the naked eye, because I'm always saying I'm the outsider looking in. I'm the kid. I'm Toby Tyler. I'm the one that wanted to join the circus. So I'm looking in like, oh, there's the elephants. There's the show. I want to get in. So I'm getting as close as possible to the naked eye. I'm seeing you and Sean Dillon Kelly in Super Sport. What a great rivalry. I mean, it's not nasty. It's beautiful because, like I said, you're like, you're the fun kid. You go out with the supermoto bike, and Sean Dillon, he comes in, his mom is there. He's kissing his girlfriend. He's kissing babies. He's trying to run for office.
Yeah, he's all serious and no personality, just straight like business. And I show up, I'm like flaunting it.
You're doing wheelies with an Hawaiian shirt on. You got no protection. I'm going, this doesn't look good, but it's fun. And I think one video you had, it was the greatest thing ever. You said, by the way, kids, make sure you wear protection. You said, no, you have to help.
Yeah, always wear your protection. I like to just have fun, and I be myself, and everybody else is so like oh, if I do this, they're gonna think of me in a negative way, or they're gonna think I'm not serious. But when you can do both and you can have fun and be kind of the show,
Yes,
but still get your job done on the weekend, then there's no problem.
I mean, no,
So-
hey, like I said, I brought it up before you did, and I see that. Like I said, I'm seeing this with the naked eye. You and him, and then when Rocco comes up, which he should, my God, you've got yours. They're sitting on the precipice of a gold mine. Why they're not capitalizing on this, I have no
we got
idea.
a full show.
You do. You guys
Well,
have.
I don't know. I mean, man, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes where, like, I mean, money kind of talks, and if what I'm doing or what Sean's doing or what Rocco's doing, they feel like isn't bringing the money, then they don't care. But it's like, man, I don't know. I mean, it's a touchy subject because, like, I don't want to, like, put a bad taste in anybody's mouth. But at the same time, like, when somebody brings in a personal sponsor, and then you look the next weekend and 2 other guys are trying to run the same sponsor, and then the organization has that same sponsor is now in their 10, you're like, well, there goes all that sponsor money. Now you got to go out and do the whole thing over again, find another sponsor for the next year. And then these leeches, they just suck on and take your sponsor money and then put you back to zero.
No, I get it, man. That's why I brought it up. And let me do the talking because I don't want to get your ass in trouble. I want to, let me be the bad guy. So when I go there, they can give me the evil eye because I got no problem with that. I want you to get your shit. I want you to get your money, get everything you deserve. Because like I said, I see the show, and when you have to go with the youth movement. I mean, Superbike is going to be Superbike, which is great. I mean, like I said, I love Josh Heron. I love what he does. I love that the guys coming up, Kyle Wyman. You got to love his independent spirit. Love it. I love Ashton Yates, all those guys. But what you guys do, you got to go with the youth movement. You guys are fun and you're good. And you guys, you've been to Europe. You know what it's like. And you come here and you're kicking ass. And it's the great rivalry. And they've got to see that. Yeah,
I mean, like, they should definitely, I think, double down on the Superbike class because it's like that's their premier show, and there's definitely like a lot of entertainment. But I think out of any class, honestly, our class this year was probably the most entertaining between Sean, Richie, me, even Kevin Olmedo. Some races, like there was a few guys that would come up there and be at the front, and everybody is like, we're not in a position yet where we have solid like jobs, like solid rides for the next couple of years. Like, everybody's fighting for their career, so we're like kind of more on the limit and more like ready to die for it than the other classes.
No, you really are. I mean, there's great stories they're missing. Like one of the guys, I think it's Super Sport, maybe it's Almeida. He didn't get a chance to go back to his country, so he had to stay here.
Yeah, it's like little stuff like that they kind of look over a bit. That I think, man, that's crazy. That's dedication. Like, you're willing to not see your family for 6 months to go racing. Like,
I mean, they're missing that story.
Told.
They should be having that story. And another guy, that's to mental, to not be able to see your mom and dad for 6 months during a pandemic and then say, okay, I got to race and risk my life and try to get a podium and try to get this and that and try to win a race. Yeah. They're missing the boat, man. And that's why sometimes, honestly, that's why, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, and like I said, I'll be the bad guy, but that's why I want you and I want SDK and I want Rocco to go over Europe and stay there. I mean, I want you guys to go. I mean,
we need BT to be our marketing manager.
Man, well, yeah, you'll be racing for Walmart if that was the case. You'd have a Walmart bike and a ref, and they go, "What's that blue and white bike?" It's a Walmart bike. We're cheap, but we're good.
We're cheap, but we're good. We got quality entertainment all the time.
That's what I would do, honestly, man. Because if people don't know, and the first show, it's hard to bring back the second thing, the first show, whatever that didn't get recorded. But I thought, like, and people don't know that, and I always want to know, do you have any money? Because the funny thing about it was, and people don't know this, but in Valencia, like, I've always known you. You know, I think we hit each other on Instagram here and there. So I'm in Valencia, all of a sudden you hit me up. I go, oh shit, Brandon, and then it got around to the point of, hey, you gotta. Can I stay with you? And I go, yeah, no problem. I'm like, first of all, I never asked you, how did it come up that you go, hey, I need a place to stay. What about this guy? How did I come up?
No, I think I met you the year before at Valencia.
Yeah.
I was there at the GP. I raced like the Moto3 stuff the week before.
Yeah.
And then I stayed and I met you. Like, I was with Sean Kelly. I don't think you even knew who I was.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And you just started talking to Sean, and I was like, okay, I see how it is. And like, I think I followed you on Instagram, and we just started talking and stuff. And then I come back the next year for a Moto2 race, and I like crashed and stuff, and the GP was the next week, but my flight was already booked for like a week later, so I was there anyways. But I didn't think that the hotels were gonna sell out like that. There was nowhere to stay, like nowhere to stay. I didn't have a car, nothing. I was there like by myself with a fucking busted up shoulder, just stuck in the middle of nowhere, Valencia, Spain. And I was like, yo, BT, you got a spare bed or what? And then my man BT, he just came through.
Hell yeah! You know, I wasn't gonna leave you stranded like
on the
that.
couch.
Well, sorry I dissed you when you were signing Dylan Cal. I didn't realize that I dissed you. Like, anyway. So hey, SDK. So what's it like out there, man?
Yeah, that's how it went. I was like, yo, dog. All right, I see it. But that was before. I don't think you didn't even put 2 and 2 together. I don't think I never spoke to you before that, so I was like, all right, I accept it.
Well, I didn't mean to be a dick about it. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was being a dick about it, but but I made up for it. Because we had a great time. We had a great time.
40-year-olds and stuff. Yeah, it was good.
For people that don't know, man, you stay with me. So then I go, hey, listen, I had to get to the track early. Okay, that's cool, man. So you did your thing. I did my thing. Like when we first got there, I went to go eat, and then you went and I don't know what. I think you had to talk to sponsors. I don't know. You had to do something. So you said, we met back in the hotel. And then, so going to the track in the morning, you put on some rap music. I had no idea. I go, who is this? You go, oh, that's Lil Baby. How about this? Oh, that's Big Baby. Hey, who's this? That's the other baby. I mean, there was so many babies. I thought we had a nursery in that car, man. I was like, who is this?
Dude, everybody was loving it. I had the vibes flowing. Everybody was stoked.
Dude, I was like, oh, did you? I tell everybody, I said, man, you're the blackest dude I know. I said, you're so black. If we got pulled over by the cops, I would have done the talking. That's how black you were. I was like, this dude's got some
flavor. I'm not that cool.
You got some flavor, brother. Cause we went to the track. We had a great time. We got to the track. Then you did what you had to do. And I didn't see you all day. And then I think we went back together. And then you came in. Then I had some friends come to the hotel room. And the great thing about it is when they left, you got, what were those girls, like 30?
Yeah. I was like, what were they, like 30? Yeah, that's so old, man. I'm just a little guy. That seems so far away from me.
Let me tell you something, man. When you get a chance to have a 30-year-old woman, trust me. Trust me. And that's all I'm going to say. This is a racing podcast, but yeah, 30-year-olds.
We're turning this podcast from racing to this is all about normal life.
Well, here's the thing about it is me and you, and it's funny, we do kind of mirror each other in a way because, like, okay, my producer, he's the same age you are. He skipped. He's not doing college. He's pursuing his dream. That's why he does his podcast for me. All right, he's doing that. All right, just like you. You didn't go to college, right? Your first bike was a Z50. My first bike was a Z50. How about that?
Dang.
Yeah, but I don't have a sister, but you end up racing. You end up following your dream, and my dad was like, I'm not doing that shit for you.
You used to wrestle and stuff too, like, man.
But what I tell you, use that wrestler mentality is what I told you. Use a wrestler mentality, because a wrestler's mentality is like any other sports. I mean, all sports athletes, professionals have a different mentality, but wrestling is the greatest sport there is because it's just you and another guy. It's man on man, and you gotta will yourself over another man. I mean, think about that. You're basically stepping to the mat. You're the same person. It's man on man, right? You might be stronger, whatever, but you gotta basically impose your will on somebody, and then when it's tough, you gotta gut that win out. And that's when I told you in Silverstone, I said, get your wrestler mentality. And what did you do? And what did you do? You went out and got 30th.
Yes, sir.
but you were only,
don't say it twice.
but you were only a minute off of Marcus Ramirez won that race, I think, right?
Oh yeah, I was only like I don't know, maybe like 2-3 minutes off. That's great.
But that was your first time there, though, bro. I kid you, but you did a damn good job. We shoot the shit, but that was a damn good job you did.
I think the GP I finished like 27th, and I want to say like 40 something seconds behind the leader, I think, which it's not terrible. I was like maybe 6 seconds behind that group in front of me. That race was tough, man.
Okay, now,
That was tough.
I'm
I
gonna ask you.
underestimated that.
Well, let me ask you about this. When Moto 3, 'cause I interviewed, I had a chat with Ayumi Sasaki a couple weeks ago. And I asked him, I said, what's, your strategy for the race? And he goes, there is no strategy. He goes, strategies don't work, especially in Moto 3. And I was like, holy shit. So, like, what is the game plan going into Moto 3? Because anybody who hasn't seen Moto 3 races, and these guys who do the podcast, like I said, my producer, Wyatt, I tell him, I said, with Moto 3, it's a street fight. You walk out the door and somebody hits you over the head with a pool stick. You don't know who it is. And you just start swinging. And when it's over, you're like, did I win? What place am I in? And that's what Moto 3 is. So how would you describe when you're racing and you're in that group, like, what is your strategy? What are you thinking?
Well, when I did the Silverstone Moto 3 race, it was a bit different because like it was my first ever MotoGP race, and I'm starting towards the back anyways. So my strategy was just like get off the line good, try and pass a couple people in the first lap, so that way I'm stuck in that group, and like just get myself stuck in the group.
Right.
And I tried to follow the game plan. It just didn't really work out that well. I mean, I passed like one or two people off the start, and then somebody I think bumped me or something, and I lost the group pretty early. But it was all right.
Now walk me through it, because I always want to know this. Okay, race day, get the leathers on. Okay, so you do your sighting lap, you come back on the grid, and you take your helmet off. What are you thinking when you're on the grid? And and I call it that, and that to me is the greatest moment because it's quiet. You can hear everything. So what are you thinking? You got your helmet off, and no matter where you start, what are you thinking?
Honestly, my first GP, like I'm sitting there on the grid with my helmet off. I'm looking at like everybody in front of me because I'm on the second to last row. Like there was only one other guy behind me. So I'm at the back sitting there like, man, what am I doing here? Like, how did I wind up on a MotoGP grid? Like, that's honestly what I was thinking to myself that day. I was like, man, I don't know how did I get here?
Right.
Because like that was a dream of mine, like my whole life, just to do a Moto 3 race and to make that happen, even like against all the adversity that I've gone through, like how big I am, how heavy I am,
right.
Going from like, man, 2016, I didn't have a ride until a week before the season started. 2019, I didn't even know what I was going to race until the season was starting. Like from going, not even know what you're going to do when the season's starting to winning the championship and then doing a MotoGP race in the same year was like, that was crazy for me. It was like a mix of emotions. Yeah.
So how'd you...
my buddy's waiting for his helmet. It's been sitting in the van the whole time. He's like sitting outside. He can't ride because his helmet's in here.
Well, he can come in and get his helmet. I don't want to keep. I want to keep the dude. Well, hey, what's going on, man? Who is that? What's his name?
Dom Doyle.
With Dole from not South Africa, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen you race, man. You took it to Rocco a couple races.
I mean, I beat him 3 times, but it's not enough.
Dude, you took it to him. You took it. Matter of fact, let me tell you something. When I get through with old pretty boy here, one of these days, me and you are going to do a podcast together, okay?
Yeah, just hit me up on Instagram or Facebook, anything.
I mean that, man. I love what you did this year. Great job. I love Rocco, but I like how, competition makes you better. Yeah, I love how you gave it to him, and you excellent job. So I look forward to you having a great year this year, man, and we'll definitely do a podcast together.
Thank you. Really appreciate
it.
See you soon.
BT's he's more interested in you than me.
No. No. Hey, he just had to get his helmet. He had to get his helmet. But no,
poor guy.
No, but you know what? But that's like I said, that's part of, and I don't want to go down like a spiritual road, but it's all about the positive thinking. And like you said, you didn't know if you were going to have a ride and am I going to continue racing? And then you win a championship. And then it's like your goal was always be on the MotoGP grid and you're there. So how do you take that and like, wow, and then go, okay, shit. Okay, now I got to concentrate on okay, where am I going to go for the start? Where am I going to go to the outside? Inside?
Yeah. Well, I think like over the weekend, like I had a big group of people around me, like telling me, hey, it's going to be okay. Just do this, try this. Like I had a good group of people around me, like advising me on what to do. So I wasn't too like really worked up over the weekend, but it was more like after the weekend, like at the end of the year when everything kind of started for me, in my opinion, like spiraling out of control almost.
Yeah.
Cause like I've had these dreams since I was like 8 years old, like win a British Moto 3 championship, which is kind of crazy. Cause like I'd been talking about winning a British Moto 3 championship since 2015. So that's been a goal of mine for a long time. And since before then was always to race in MotoGP, Moto3. And as soon as both of my goals happened, I like forgot like there's more to this game, you know?
Yes.
It's like I reached my goals and I just kind of plateaued and I just stopped like, well, I've done it. Like, this is it.
Yes.
And I know those are kind of low goals. So like, I don't know. I mean, not low goals. Like it's hard to race in a world championship race, no matter what class, but
right.
Like I like almost forgot that like, hey, there's Moto2. Like I want to do Moto2.
Right.
Like I like forgot everything. And I'm like, okay, well, I've accomplished all my stuff. So now I just started screwing off, like hanging out with friends, not training as hard. And it got out of control for a little bit.
Yeah.
I had to like reel myself back in. I remember I've heard like similar stories from like boxers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tyson Fury went through the same thing. Like he won the world championship and then went off the deep end for a little while.
Yes, he did.
I mean, it's like, I think that happens a lot more than everybody thinks in sports, and nobody ever talks about it. It's always like a quiet thing. But once you hit like a big goal like that and you, everything is so good, like your life is so good, then it comes to a point where it's not good at all and everything's going wrong.
Yeah.
So like, you got to remember there's like both sides of it. Like it'll go really good and then you're like depressed and you don't want to do anything for a little while.
Well, you know, Marvin Hagler said the same thing. He goes, you know, it's hard to train when you, hard to get up at 5 a.m. when you're sleeping in silk sheets. You know?
Yeah.
And the thing about it is you have to set a goal so big. I mean, I don't know how you set your goals, but what you do is, and you do a great job. We talked about talking it into existence, which is great.
Yep.
You talk it into existence, which is great. But what you do is you got to set bigger, even bigger goals. Like I know you want to be, hey, Moto3 champion. Then maybe go say after that, I want to win at least 10 races and also become Moto. You know, you got to keep setting it,
Yeah.
make it so high that you don't go, okay, that's achieved. I'm gonna just fuck off now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how I was. Like I didn't I was so focused on like these two goals that I said, okay, I'm getting these two things done before I die.
Yeah.
And like I was so focused on those two things that as soon as it happened, it was like, all right, well, I'm done. This was my mission. I finished.
Yeah.
I'm done. And now like I'm still like I haven't had that moment where I've set my next really big goal yet, to be honest. Like I'm at a point now in my life where I just want to do everything I can to the best of my ability, but I still haven't found that like, okay, I want to win a Moto2 World Championship or I want to win this, or, you know, I haven't had that yet.
Why?
Since, so,
why that? Why is that?
I think more than anything for me, like once you get to that level, you realize how it's so political in racing that you can be good enough like Bo Ben Snyder or like some guy like this, like Odendal or something, or even Edgar Pons. Like you can be one of the most talented people in the world and still never get a chance to win a title. And I think that's like it's hard for like a young rider when you want to keep pushing, but you're like, man, I don't have parents that are millionaires and I don't have like a big sponsor behind me yet and stuff like that. So you kind of try to like make it realistic for yourself.
But what you do is, and trust me, I know where you're going with that, and I got to stop you right there. I'm gonna be your unpaid coach right now. But what you got to do is, you can't look at, because it's almost the same thing like when I'm doing or with comedy. Because if you look at the enormity of it, you go, oh my God, there's 40 million podcasts out there, or being a comic, there's at least 4,000 comedians in New York alone, and in LA, and then but if you just concentrate on what you really want, you got to put blinders on. You're almost like a horse race. Kentucky there, put your blinders on. Don't worry about this horse over here being fast or this horse. And you just got to go. You set that goal, and you can't look at like, and I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. You can't look at, okay, well, Bo's going to fucking World Super Sport, and that motherfucker was talented. He won a championship in Rookies Cup, and blah, blah, blah. But you just got to go, okay, this is what I want. And you can't look, and it's hard, I know, because like I said, I started out with comedians who now are multimillionaires, and and it's like I go, good for them, because it helps with the juju. I mean, when you have bad juju, I believe it comes back on you. So you go, good for that person, good for them, and you wish them, and it's hard. It's hard sometimes, but you got to go, good for that person. I want them to succeed, but you got to go, but I'm blah blah blah. Either I'm better than that, and you have to say it out loud to anybody. but you keep them blinders on and you go about your pace and you set them goals how you want. And what I do is I write my yearly goals. I mean, the overall goal, yearly goal, monthly goal, weekly goal, daily goal.
Yep.
And what I do sometimes is before I go to bed, I take a sheet of this paper right here, and I get like a Sharpie, and I go, I want this to happen tomorrow. Now, granted, not all the time you're going to achieve goals, but you do have a blueprint of what the day is going to be like. You know, I would say I want to have an unexpected income, and I'll be damn, man, a check might come in. It might not be like for millions of dollars, but it might be $100. You go, I wouldn't expect that anyway. So that's what you got to do. You got to put blinders on, and I know it's hard, but it's like this.
Just do your own thing.
A perfect example was Dominica Gerder, because I mean Dominic was out a ride, and okay, he signed up for a Moto E this week, and then I just looked on Instagram today, and now he's racing World Supersport. Yeah. So I mean, that's how you got to do, bro. And like I said, man, I know it's hard, and you know, yours is a little different than me, but in a way, it's the same thing because you don't look at the enormity of it, and just
you got to kind of like stay focused on the goal, and like when I was setting the goal of okay, we're gonna win a Moto3 championship, and then we're gonna go to a World Championship. I wasn't thinking about like there's money behind it. I didn't think like that at all. Like there was no money at all in my head. It was like, this is the goal. We're going to do it no matter what. So I just need to go back to that. And I'll be good.
Yeah, man. I mean,
the limits are like, there is no limits.
Thank you. There is no limits, man. It's unlimited. You can do it. Like I said, just don't look at the enormity. Focus on the outcome. Focus on being on that podium, spraying that Prosecco, man. Like, I just beat you, whatever, Sean Dillon. I just beat you, Marcus Ramirez. No offense, man. You know, and you're spraying the champagne. You got the hottie honeys coming up. Oh, my God. What's your name? You know my name. My name is Brandon Paasch, Moto2 World Champion. That's my name. What up? And we're partying down in Valencia. It's me, you. We're all in the room together. We got 30-year-olds in there. We're having a good time.
Hell yeah.
You know
I'll be probably close to 30 by that point. Jesus. I'll be at least 25.
Yeah.
That's pretty close to 30.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Well, at least be 30. They might be 40 by then.
Hey, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, young whippersnapper. Listen, you have no idea, man, how where you're at in your life. I look at you like, God, I mean, you are so money and you know it, but you don't know it. It's like you know it, but you don't know it. I mean, you're right there. And what I love because you train a lot, but you have fun while you're doing it. And man, if I'm promise you, if you set them goals, like I said, focus on the outcome, don't focus on and keep them blinders on, and just keep doing what you're doing, having fun, but keep focused on the outcome and just what you want, not how you're gonna do it, but what you want. You're gonna get there, and you're gonna be like, damn, BT, he was right.
BT was right. Like I'm just slowly like I'm on a graph trending this way.
Yeah, you are. Yes, you
like
are.
So I noticed like the trend's still going up. So I'm just gonna keep having fun, keep like setting small goals, and keep knocking them out, and we're just gonna keep going up and up and up and up and up.
Because think about it. Think about what you've done. Okay, you've raced in Europe, and you've raced the BSB championship, and you raced in America. Yeah. Those are three different tracks. People who on the don't know how incredibly different those tracks are, and on different bikes. So explain the difference. Anybody who doesn't know the difference between an American road racing track to the BSB British Superbike Championship and a MotoGP track. Explain that to those people.
So like a MotoGP track is like super fast, flowing, really wide, tons of room, tons of runoff. Like, so when you run off the track, you don't like just hit a wall. Yeah. And then you go to like the complete opposite, which is like a British Superbike track.
Yes.
Which is like, some of them like Cadwell Park is as wide as a go-kart track. And you got like walls everywhere, and it's dangerous, but it's so much fun. And then you got like an American style track, which is somewhere in the middle of like a British Superbike track and a GP track. Like we have pretty fast flowing tracks, but some tracks don't have good runoff, or some tracks are like kind of tight. Like we're somewhere in the middle. That's why I think our riders are good when they go BSB or GP, because they're like, we're right in the middle of that. Like we could be on the cusp of like GP tracks, or, you know, you could go die at the wherever. I don't know. Like we're right somewhere in the middle.
Okay, well, let me ask you, what's the best American track for motorcycle racing?
That's a good question. Honestly, the one that I hate the most, but I had a lot of fun, was the Ridge. Like that would be a fun track to go do like a track day and like screw off and have fun.
Right.
Or like one of my favorites is probably Road Atlanta.
Really? Why is that?
Just like it's pretty quick and flowing, and there's so much elevation and so many blind corners and stuff is really, really difficult.
Mhm.
And to be honest, it kind of reminds me of like a British Superbike track a lot, like a Alton Park kind of thing or something like that.
Oh, I love Alton Park. I love Alton Park.
And that's like Alton Park's one of my favorites in BSB. So I'm always looking for something similar to that.
Yeah, well, for a day, I got a chance to be Hector Barbera's his assistant for a day. Like I helped put his leathers on and push his bike, and I was like, oh, you know me. I'm like, oh. He was, hey, could you help me put the leathers on? I go, yes, Hector. Oh, and it was great, man. And the great thing about that, it was a track day, so all the guys who were there for track day had to be, I'm just walking by. Oh, is that Hector Barbera? And they would come in, need to get a picture with him, whatever.
With his bodyguard.
Yeah.
Hector Barbera and the bodyguard.
And he still follows me on Instagram, man. It's great. I love that dude, man.
Yeah.
Because you know what? It's a redemption story. You know, he went through his shit, and now he's coming back, and I love that.
Come back.
Yeah.
There's always you always got to come back from it.
And that's that's how I keep telling you, man. You're gonna get your thing on. I mean, just don't, like I said, don't focus on negative. Have fun and keep your blinders on you, and you're gonna do exceptionally well, like you're doing now.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, I think like you say, just maintain the focus and my time will come. Don't force it, don't rush it, but it'll come. That's my thinking on it. Like eventually whatever is destined for me is going to come. So just don't rush it. Take my time and be ready when my time does come.
Beautiful. I mean, and here's another thing how we're like, right? Also is that this is the only job you've had. I mean, how great is that? I mean, sometimes, and I'm the same way. Like being a comic, that I've been that my whole entire life. I started young, so when I got out of college, I went to college, so I got 2 degrees. I don't want to rub it in your face. I got 2 degrees.
Damn, flexing on me.
Yeah, well, that's what I do, bro. That's what I do. I went to a junior college. I got my associate's degree, then I got my bachelor's degree, so I could be a night manager at a Target or a Walmart, and so I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Subtle flex.
Yeah, well, that's what I do, bro. Come on now. That's what I do. But I'm just saying, we both are pursuing the dream. You know what I mean? And that's that's what's so beautiful about you is that, man, you're a professional motorcycle racer. That's all you've ever known, and you're still just 19. I mean, do you sometimes step back and go, okay, I am living the dream, or are you in it and you don't realize it?
You gotta have that. Like, for me, my family did a really good job, like keeping me kind of like level-headed and like giving me reality checks once in a while. Where
like how? What would they do?
Well, for a while, like my mom started to make me pay like a little bit of rent and stuff, and like I had to get a job. Actually, like I was working. Oh shit!
What happened? Oh my God, are you okay?
I dropped you on the floor in the van.
That's a flex right there.
yeah. Sorry about that. I'm just here at the track in my van. not to brag. No, my mom would make me like get a job, like sweeping floors at a bike shop or something.
Good.
Like working. Just so I know what the value of $1 is, so I'm not like wasting money on like stupid stuff.
Man, that's great.
That worked.
No, I think that's
it worked.
Great.
I had a job and I was like, I do not like this. I want to go back to the track. So it was good. It kept me focused for sure.
Dude, that's awesome. I think that's great because you know what? I did the same thing in the summertime. I got a job at a plant, and nothing at a factory. Nothing will make you appreciate what you do than having a summer job at a plant, and you see that look of just those guys have no hope at all left in their eyes. I mean, their wives would come up and get the check, and I mean, it was, dude, I couldn't wait to leave there and go back to school because those guys they had no hope. I mean, it's horrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's one of them things that you get into this rut of like. You have to do what you have to do to make the money, but then you never come out of it. Like you just like those people, they just stay there in that like same every day. Like, man, I hate my job, but I have to make the money.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have to do that. So.
Okay. Now, how did you navigate your way through? Because people your age, and I mean, trust me, I still caught up in same trap sometimes, is that how do you get caught up? How did you not get caught up in the trap of, people your age are out partying or they're out, or they got a girlfriend and she's like, yeah, well, and you go, okay, maybe I won't train here. I'll spend afternoon with my girlfriend or this and that. How did you not get caught up in that? Because it's so easy.
The girl thing is tough, man. Like, every teenage guy just wants to go hanging out with girls all the time and stuff. And I mean, I'm not any different.
Right.
Like, I'm definitely always like, yeah, I want to hang out with girls and stuff all the time. But like, I don't know. You got to kind of lay down the law with the girls.
That's what I'm talking. Look, listen to that. Lay down the law. This is a man beyond his years.
Yeah, you can't take their shit. Otherwise, you just going to family reunions all the time and like not getting anything done. You know. So, I just tell them, listen, like this is I'm doing this, and if you want to hang out with me, that's cool. If not, I don't need you in my life. Like I need to stay focused. And it's the same thing with me for like parties and stuff too.
Yeah.
Like if I have a really good weekend and like I go win both races or I won a championship or something big happen, yeah, we'll have a good night out and then get refocused. But I think the key to like the party side of it is just moderation. If you can control yourself and only go out when it's like warranted, then it's good. But if you start going down that path of like, well, I've been going out for a week, I'm just gonna keep going out. Yeah, then that's bad. That's bad. So like I just try and keep everything in moderation. Even like, yeah, I go out and have a good time with my friends, and I go out with girls, and I eat junk food, and I do everything that I'm not supposed to do as a professional athlete. Yeah. But if you do it in moderation, you're good. I think, you know, like
I mean, honestly, that's beautiful. It's perfect. And I think that your parents did a great job, or whoever did, because how focused you are at 19, man. I wish I had that, because hell, I still want to hang out with girls all day, and I'm a grown ass man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's like natural life. You just want to hang out with some girls all the time. I mean, I try my best. Like I'm not very good with the ladies yet, but I'm building my way up. Like it's also on that graph of like trending. Like I'm working on that.
Now here's what you do. You start winning championships and let them come to you. And that's
what I was thinking, you know, like I won the BSB championship, and then you get like, okay, there's a couple more DMs, and then a couple more DMs. They just keep going up. So I'm happy with the way I'm going. I just need to keep winning, and everything will be golden.
Now, did you get some DMs when you won the BSB championship?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, the thing is, like, I don't know, it's like girls like social media for whatever reason. Like, you just, as long as you got a good presence on social media, you're good. And you're kind of funny. You don't look like an ogre. Yeah. And you're all right. You're good.
Well, you know, honestly, when you're a professional athlete like yourself, like you're a young dude, you're fun, you're a winner. I mean, seriously, like I said, you got just a great look about you, man. What girl wouldn't be like, oh my God, who's this? Oh my God. I mean,
I could probably think of a few.
Okay, let's just say you get into when you get into Moto 2, when you get into the GP series, the World Championships. Okay, let's say you win that Moto 2 championship. Okay, and then the Spanish girls come calling. Now, which do you prefer, American, Spanish girls? Who knows? Maybe a fine ass German comes in, some Italian girls.
Hey, I'm sorry to the USA, but when them Spanish girls come calling, I go running. I'm on my way. I don't know. There's just something about them.
Yes, right.
The whole like vibe is just there, you know. They're like,
trust me, I know. I've been to the after parties, man. They are. Oh, I mean, honestly, I'm like, yes. I mean, there was. I went to. Matter of fact, when we were in Valencia last time, it's after you left, and I think it was the last night I was there, and I went to get a hamburger, and so like I got up to get some kind of condiment or whatever, and came back, and the bus girl, she goes, sir, you know, you better take your phone, because the Spanish people, they kind of, and I was looking at her like, she's hot. I mean, she said that shit, but I was like, yeah, the bus girl was hot.
There's just something about them. It's like the eyes or something. I don't know.
There's something about the Spanish mommies are hot, man. Yeah.
Yeah. They just drag you in. You just get sucked in. You're like, man, I'm in love. And it happens like that. It's bad. They got to keep me out of Spain.
Oh my gosh, it's so true though, man. They're just, and like I said, you start winning Moto 2 or who knows, if you come through the back door, like through CEVs, and they know you through CEVs, oh dude, you're set. You might as well get a house.
It's over. Yeah, I might as well just get a house and popping out a couple kids, and that's that.
Oh, how great would that be? I mean, you don't have an education. You barely got out of high school. I mean, you've been racing your whole life, so you can be a rider coach for somebody, and then you be like a Ruben Zaus, you know?
Yep.
Look at Ruben.
Yep, nobody will know who I am, but I'll just keep being there. That's great.
Ruben looks good, and he's a crew chief, and he runs a good show, and he's racing. I mean, he's still on his days off. He's still, you know, he still rides like a son of a bitch, dude. That's your life right there, bro. That's your life.
You're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, you're breaking up too a little bit, and so yeah,
It might be me because there's not really good service here. But.
Yeah, well, we don't have that problem. But you know what? We're almost done anyway. But man, I wanted to get some questions from you because I put it out there yesterday on social media, and people are so good, and they wanted me to ask you some questions. So, when you first got into the European circuit, race over in Europe, or maybe a BSB, what was your oh shit moment where you go, oh boy, these guys are different? Because I asked Sean Dylan Kelly that, and he told me that was when Raul Fernandez, he had a pin, and Raul Fernandez passed him on the outside going into a sweeper, and he was like, oh shit, this is what it's gonna take.
Yeah.
Oh Nick, come on. Okay, here we
go. The very first race, I was in like the Milwaukee Junior Cup. It was like the series a few years ago, and I went over, and it was my first time in Europe. I finished like 13th or something at Assen, and I was like, oh shit, like this is bad. And I think Rory Skinner like won the race, or Rory Skinner was like second or top 3, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I got some work to do. And I was like 14 maybe. And I come back the next year, the very first race of the year, like after a really good winter of training, and finished 3rd. It's like that was one time where I was like, okay, this is going to be hard, but I'll figure it out. Figured that one out, came back, put it on the box. Then I came back, and I didn't race in Europe for like a whole year because I raced in Moto America.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went back the next time in the BSB in the stock 600 class, and I was finishing like 20th, I was like, all right, I need to make another step again and reset, readjust, and you go back and redo it. But I think that's the only way to learn, is to kind of get your ass whooped.
Yes.
And the realest thing for me was at Silverstone MotoGP, Aaron Canet and Albert Arenas crashed together in that corner, the right-hander before the really tight left that goes onto the back straight, before the last like couple corners.
Right.
And they crashed right there together on like maybe lap 4 or lap 5.
Right.
And when Aaron Canet caught me again after he crashed and passed me, that was the moment where I was like, I'm getting beat by somebody that just fucking crashed. Like, this isn't good. And that was like a real moment for me, to be honest. Like, when I saw him come around me, and then within like 3 laps, I couldn't see him no more. I was like, oh, this isn't good. This really isn't good.
Now, let me ask you, okay, so now I know you're racing, and you said they crashed, but now I know you're trying to concentrate, but did you go, oh shit, can it just crash? And you're still racing? Did you realize who it was that crashed?
Oh, no, I didn't see who crashed, but in my head, I was like, all right, that's at least a couple more positions.
Yeah.
And nope, because he beat me still. Like, I thought I was going to get lucky and get, like, I don't know, an extra position or 2. And then this guy, he comes from, like, 6 seconds behind me probably, and caught me and passed me. And I was like, any more of you back there? You want to come through? Like, man, I felt like a sitting duck on the straight. Like, how fast he passed me and then I couldn't see him anymore was kind of unreal. Like, I started second guessing myself. I was like, maybe I'm seeing things. I don't know. But the race was over, and nope, sure enough, he caught me and passed me. It was great.
How did you deal with that mentally, knowing he crashed and then he passes you back and you don't see him anymore?
That one was tough. Yeah. And then that was like the only part of the race that I was even on TV, and it was because I was getting passed by goddamn Aaron Canet, and I was like, well, at least I got some TV time, I guess. But yeah, it was embarrassing to say the least.
Oh my God.
I mean, I know Aaron Canet's a good rider and stuff, but man.
Hey, that is one dude I would not want to tangle with, is Aaron Canet. I see him coming to the after party, and I'm like, okay, time for me to leave. I mean, I've never been so intimidated by a 19, 20-year-old kid in my whole life. We were having like tea together, and
yeah, he's something.
Man, he's always been nice to me, nothing but nice, and I made him laugh. But man,
Yep.
That dude puts fear in me. I am not gonna lie. I saw him at the after party in Valencia, and some dude bumped into him, and the look he gave that dude, I was like, that dude has just lived his last breath of life. And that's what I really thought. The way Aaron Kennett looked at him, I go, that dude's done. I mean, he's got them prison tats and shit. I mean.
Yep. Yeah, he's the nicest dude in the world, but he looks a little.
Yeah, he really is. He's a great
on social
dude.
media, and then you realize he's like 4'11". You're like, nah,
he really is. He's so short, but he's a good dude. But he's also built like a brick shit house. He really is. You know, he's got that prison.
Yeah, he's a nice enough guy.
Yeah.
After he passed me in the race, after he crashed, he followed me on Instagram afterwards. So he must have liked. I guess I was riding good. I don't know. He was like, "Man, you're just way too big for these bikes. Just don't come back." He's like giving me tips on how to save money. He was like, "Yeah, Moto3 just isn't the way for you." Thanks, Aaron.
All right, hold on. Before we get out of here, real quick. Okay, let's go down the list. What's your favorite track you've ever raced on? Your favorite track ever?
Probably Cadwell Park.
Really?
I did terrible there. I've gotten hurt there. I've never really had good results, but man, that place is so fun. It's I think it's more because it's like a magical place, you know? Like everybody thinks of it as such a surreal place that you just love it. You're riding it, you're like, man, this is amazing.
Well, that's the first English track I went to, and you were there when I went there, and I saw you crash.
Yeah, I was in the hospital and everything.
Yeah, I saw you crash. I was like, wow, I'm glad. Wow, that was worth the trip. Yeah.
Yeah, you flew all the way over to watch me ride, and I weeded myself on the first lap of both races. It was good. That was a great weekend for me.
Okay, also
not one of my highlights.
Well, hey, but what'd you end up doing though? What'd you end up doing?
Yeah, we still won the championship.
There you go.
I thought it would be funny to let everybody think they had a shot.
Brandon, you're great. You're great. Okay, how about this? What's your of all the riders in any classes, what's the one personal rivalry you've ever had, or you just don't really get on with that dude?
Man,
okay.
That's a good one.
Can you say names?
Honestly, the first person that I don't really like is probably Sean.
Really?
You know? I'm not saying that I don't like him as a person,
right.
But I just genuinely don't like competing with him. I don't know. I don't like him.
Why is that?
As a competitor, I just don't just the way his personality off the track. I don't like it at all.
What? Like
that's probably a surprise, but to me, as another rider, anytime they say something nice to you, it's fake. It's always always so positive, but it's fake. And I don't like when people are fake to me. If you don't like me and you have a problem, say something and we'll handle it, you know? But don't come over here being all nice and then talk shit behind my back like that. I don't like that.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, that's
I'm cool with him. I don't have a problem with him. I'm just saying that's the vibes that I get.
Okay.
That's my feelings. I don't know. I don't have a personal problem with him really. We're cool. If I saw him right now, I'd be like, hey, what's up? But I wouldn't want to go double date with him and his girlfriend. You know what I mean?
Okay. I thought you were gonna say Tom Booth Amos. Is that his name?
Oh yeah, I mean he's a little bit off too, but I've never really talked to him, so I can't really make a statement.
Cause I remember you were saying that to me. We were in Silver Star, I think. Yeah, and I was like, that guy just doesn't like me. And I go, really? And ever since then, for some reason, I've been watching him differently now. When he was in World Supersport 300, I've been watching him different. You know what I mean? I feel weird putting a like on him when I see his his results. Oh, okay, here we go.
Hey, we were cut out for probably a solid 30 seconds.
Did you hear what I said though? Did you hear what I said?
Something about Tom Booth Amos.
Yeah, okay. I said I feel weird that I remember you saying that guy just doesn't like me, and I feel weird putting a like on one of his thing when he wins or gets a podium in World Supersport 300. I feel I hope Brandon didn't see this. You know what I mean?
Nah, I don't have a problem with anybody really. There's just certain people that I don't know them and they don't really know me, but people will make an opinion about you before they know you. You know?
Right.
And I feel like a lot of people a lot of other riders, they'll look at my social media and they're like, oh, he doesn't take it serious. He's not a real rider. They make all these opinions before they even know me. And then I wound up hanging out with them after they're talking shit. And then we're friends. It's I don't get it. don't make assumptions before you meet somebody.
Yeah, well, you know what's weird though? That's why I sent you that Yohan. That's why I tagged you in the Yohan Mir thing. I go because he looks just like you. I mean, body wise. But I said I think you do it better. I said that's nice, but I said Brandon Paasch does it better. That's why I tagged you in that. You know what I mean? I did.
My man.
I mean, I did. I mean, I love Yohan
We're about to
Mir.
go do some of that right now.
Yeah, I know you are. So look, I know you about to do that thing. I know you about to get training in, and I don't, man. If it was up to me, I'd talk to you for another fucking hour. But I know you got to go. I know you got to go train. Get your thing on. And so how? And real quick, how's the training going for off season? Are you ready? Are you feeling it? How are you? Any off season injuries or what?
Everything's going good.
Okay.
I've been taking my time, like riding a lot of motocross and slowly building my skill level up on the dirt. And I'm actually pretty happy with how I'm coming on that. And this is my first day back on the supermoto since I don't know, it's been like 2-3 months since I've ridden supermoto. So I'm just really starting to like ride again. I took some time off, no riding really other than dirt bikes, and just been physical training, and I feel good, like my body feels good and stuff. So I'm ready to put in some laps, put in some work.
Good, man. Okay, so what's the goal for next year? 2021. What's the goal?
2021, I have 2 different offers, either Moto America Super Sport or British Super Sport. And whichever class I wind up going in, it's gonna be a good year.
Fuck yeah, that's what
I
I
have
hear,
one
bro.
goal.
Yeah,
one
man.
goal, and that's to come out with the title. So
That's beautiful.
we'll sort it out, and it'll be either or is technically a factory team. So we'll be on good equipment, good bike, good crew, good everything, and just one goal and focusing on winning. So
Good.
that's my intentions.
I'm happy for you, man. I mean, just me talking out of my ass. I hope it's BSB. I really do. I hope you go over there, and I hope you put a foot in everybody's ass, man. Always will be a fan of you, B. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart, man. Always, brother. You bring it.
Thank you.
You bag it up, and you're just a ball of fun. And so I wish nothing but the best for you. Thanks, man. You go train, bro. Don't let me hold you up. You go train. Thanks
Thank you.
thanks for getting back with me so we could run it back, and I appreciate
it.
that. Yeah, thank you. Anything you want to plug?
Hey,
Anything?
We'll do another one.
Yes. Hey,
We'll do another one once I know my plans for the season.
hit me up. We'll do it again. Hell yeah, we'll do that shit. So yeah, we'll do that. When you know your plans, hit me up.
Definitely.
You're definitely on. Okay. All right, B.
Yeah, we'll do. Sounds good. Thank you for having me on.
Thanks for having me.
I'll speak with you soon.
Okay, B. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. Good luck
Later,
training.
guys.
All right.
Yes, sir.
That was Brandon
Will do.
Paasch. Tales
Later.
from the Gemini, man. That's my brother from another mother. I love that kid. Is he not great? I mean that. That dude is great. He drops names. Everybody's all politically correct. They're going to drop any names. Who don't you like? I like everybody, I think. He drops names. He said Sean Dillon Kelly. I mean, not bad, but he said, I don't really. I was like, how cool is that? You know what I mean? A rivalry, man. Anyway, thanks for listening to Tales from the Gemini. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Brandon Paasch is an American treasure. He and Sean Dillon Kelly and Rocco Landers coming up. I'm telling you, they're the future of American road racing in America right now, and I think Moto America needs, like I said, back a Brinks truck up to their house and give them every bit of money they deserve, and they deserve a lot because they are the future. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. Hit me up if you have any questions on Tales from the Gemini. DM me, please, or hit me up on my email, blthockey. That's blthockey.com. blthockey@hotmail.com. At Hotmail. So until further notice, I know, I talk too fast. All right. So anyway, that's it for Tales from the Gemini. Thanks for watching, and like I say around this time, always, bye.